Why, hello there. Greetings, and welcome back to a small Let's Play of a game called Captain Saiban. Phoenix Wright, his attorney. I'm Emily, the Sparkleborn princess.
Ruudo here.
And now, we're gonna pursue the truth of the case.
Let's see. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. Count on. Hold on. You knocked down my cell phone.
Good job.
Let's see. I think I know why you care so much about the Cell 9 incident.
Puppy bloopers.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice there, partner.
Wait, I know cactus juice is not necessarily safe because of all the bacteria, but I don't think it has hallucinogenic effects.
It's not really that, but you do know that in the desert, let's see, cacti actually store a lot of water.
Yes, they do, but it's not safe to drink.
Let's see. Cactus juice safety. Yeah, I'm looking this up right in the middle of the video.
As usual.
Let's see. Oh. Cactus juice is it's kind of like coconut milk.
Okay.
Like let's see. Basically they're kind of laxatives.
Okay.
Do not drink or drink or you'll regret it very badly and die.
Nice.
Anyway, I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims.
Feel bad. Feel the pain of my pointer finger.
Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall?
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard that name. 2 years ago.
Huh?
He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SO9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. What's his relation to you?
Gee, I wonder. Maybe he's some distant cousin.
Or a sibling, I don't know.
Oh, or maybe he's just a friend. Totally not. Yeah, that is totally not relevant.
Hey, fun fact! Did you know that in the Three Kingdoms era, there were two generals who had the same name and same styled name. They were both of them were called Dingfang.
I see. Interesting.
So it's gonna be a bit confusing to know which Dingfang you are talking about.
Indeed.
Because they were alive during the same time.
Good job.
He was my brother.
Finally to see his eyes properly.
He was investigating the murders with Demon Gant, chief detective at the time. The group of detectives I was with, that I was part of, worked under him. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Doc. My brother fought Doc and was killed. That was the first time Doc left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Doc. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one would have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions?
There's more to my brother's death than what the bear could say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
He thinks Edward did it.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day that SO9 case could have been reopened. Not satisfied with his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
A chance? It's got to be more than just that.
Well, who orchestrated that?
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Objection. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
it seems to me this boy's got to draw a new partner.
All the mysteries at the police department have been uncovered. No contradictions remain. The murder took... Hold on a sec.
Okay. Na 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 da 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 da
Just want to give me some design. Still there? Still there? Rita?
Ow. Oh, hi, Amy. What's up?
Good job. Doing okay?
I was playing with Cannon.
Hold on. Okay. The murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Star. If you have a response, make it one word or less. What is up with this freaking statement being thrown around?
Because it's funny. Ah!
I said one word. An exclamation is not a word, right? Checkmate. I rest my case.
Shut up, Edgy. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There is no more room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
There's no doubt about what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera take was really fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
I like the dynamic that's going on in the courtroom with the two. Like that they keep shifting between being on the same side and being on the opposite sides, and antagonistic and friendly. And
That's
teasing.
because Edgy is an enigma.
Fair enough.
Now then, the time of the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant.
Wait, who's saying hold it? Emma. Definitely Emma.
Emma.
Yes. Hold it! Your Honor. Wait.
Emma?
The fence is an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
Scientific objection? What do you mean, right?
Because you're the defense,
Wright?
she's not.
Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor. All I ask you is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Sedgworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. This truly has a heart of gold.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of in shock. Finding out this SNI incident referred to Jim dog killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky Sisters were in that file.
Probably. One of the victims was their mother. That's why I figured it out. I mean, whatever the marshal was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. It left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker?
No fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I was sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
Did you find something?
Oh wait, gosh darn it,
No?
I'm not a question. No?
She said no.
Okay. No. No?
Ah!
Sorry, because not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. That's a high school student.
I'm just an attorney!
Good job, Emma. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. The better I could say, Alana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy!
Of course, it.
Time's up! Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? That's right. Sorry, copy of markings. Still, if you can't find anything wrong with the blood mark, Lana will be.
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor! If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now.
What could be wrong with that?
Wrong with that blood print on Detective Gummy's locker?
Okay.
Could there be something I'm missing?
Of course there's
We object.
Yeah, of course it does. Before that though, it's really hot right here. I'm just gonna go and do something about that. There we go. Change into
Okay.
some nice shorts and put on the air conditioner.
Yay. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
Uh-huh. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, but staring pretty intently at those footprints. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something's missing.
Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Let's
Yes,
think back.
something that, when drawn...
Will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Emmy?
Yeah, what?
Why are you talking?
Because I'm going over this in my head. I want to figure it out. That's the thing.
Okay. Will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Spray the defensive simply trying to buy time.
Okay.
Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here,
It's gonna be something.
there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
Okay.
Can we go back to the tape and play it, please?
I don't think we. Wait, we can try. Let's see.
Can we play it?
Check.
Check.
Yes, we can. Which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? I mean, this is the only thing that would make sense.
No, I meant like look at it.
Okay, let's see.
What's blocking Gummy's locker?
Is that the badger?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Which item? Okay, so let's just first look at this is not Gummy's locker. This is Marshall's prints. Which where the heck is evidence for? Okay, evidence for floor plans. So the pile over there. That's where Meekins was. Yeah. Very much. He doesn't bleed out though. He just bled a whole lot over there. To the left, that was Marshall's locker, which he ended up touching. Second, and then to the right is, I believe, the image that we were just shown. Yes. Both were blooded. Both had bloody handprints.
Yes. And yeah, there was something wrong with that.
Because of
remember what's missing in the floor plans?
What's missing in the floor plans?
Yes.
Let me have a look at things. Don't tell me. Because first of all, you know that Goodman took that evidence from his locker before Marshall came there.
The thing is though, Goodman, can we look at that list that shows who went in? No, not that one.
Where's it?
Down.
ID
right?
card
no,
record.
ID card record. There you go.
Yeah.
So
Goodman
only came in once, and when that was Goodman, that was actually Marshall.
However, the names there. However, there was a number prior, right there.
Yes. Look at all those sevens.
February 2021, and that had no name whatsoever. Other mine, I think. Other mine, I don't. That was the February the 21st. It could have been previously. Yeah, could have been previous. Yeah, I know. But we could assume that Goodman came in a day prior because we don't know anything about February the 20th.
I mean, to be fair though, I don't think he has the reason to care about it right now.
What do you mean?
I mean, he might be head detective, but I think the only thing he would care about is us packing up that case and never looking back.
Well, someone opened the locker before Marshall did and took the evidence.
I mean, it could be the 77777 guy. Whatever it was.
Yeah, but they couldn't fool that. I mean, then the system is so that no one else can open the locker unless they have the fingerprints for it. Hence, it must have been Goodman. Unless you,
There's like some
unless
sort of override, maybe.
possibly that could be something. That is, but that is speculative. We don't know that yet.
Well,
Either way,
let's find out first.
yeah.
But yeah, anyway, let's go. Let's see. But yeah, there's still. But yeah, he's saying that there's something missing in the floor plans. What would that be?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go through. So, what happened next was Marshall went through, opened the locker that had been blocked, probably intentionally using the rubber glove. Makins walks in.
No. Remember what? Remember.
What?
From that testimony,
Mm.
it wasn't Let's see. From the sounds of it, I don't think it was like intentionally blocked. It just was by chance.
Okay. Well, it
Probably
wasn't
one
by
of the.
Marshall.
Yes, it wasn't by Marshall. Most likely, like while someone else was taking the evidence from the locker,
Okay.
that glove fell off and just happened to just hang around over there in front of the sensor.
Convenient. Either way, the question: which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Let's see. The unstable jar.
No.
I'm just trying to
I'm pretty
look
sure
through
that was
things.
part of the evidence of SL9. Remember?
Yeah, it was, and we found it in pieces at the crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was a screwdriver. What was this again? Evidence prosecutors entered back to his office by Gant's request.
Okay.
So now that something was extracted because of what Gant did.
Okay. All right. Head back, please.
That what I meant to do. This is a
Let's see,
switchblade
can you
knife
check-
found a crime scene wrapped in a fence muffler.
Emmy.
Yeah?
Emmy, don't overthink this. Look at the floor plans, then look at the video.
Okay. So those three things are there.
Alright, now look at the video. Emmy, I swear, if you don't get this, I'm going to sue.
I mean, the only thing is that the question of when was Gumshoe's locker touched? Why was it touched? But I'm not sure how we can phrase this as what is missing in the floor plans, because we added that.
I don't know. Maybe the gigantic demonic spawn staring at the camera? You didn't think of that?
Allegedly dancing in what was missing?
No, it was missing from the floor plans, not missing from the room.
Okay, so is this the evidence or the video?
It would be this. Like that was not there. Also, if you noticed, it's not broken. What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger? Mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
As if. Explain yourself, Miss Wright.
Please look at the floor plans at the scene of the crime. The Blue Badger is not here. So...
That sounds very trivial, though. Why would the Blue Badger be there on the floor plans?
So what happens when we put him in?
Okay.
This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
Wait, so that would block the locker?
Yes, it would block Gumshoe's locker. I mean,
Interesting.
Emmy, I just told you to look at the video, and for whatever reason you kind of ignored what I was going with.
I looked at the. Okay, firstly, I didn't think he dimensions. It doesn't seem to me. It didn't look to me like he was in a position to block Gumshoe's locker. He was just close to the camera. to me.
I mean, like, go back and look at the video again, please.
Again, cool.
Hey, it's broken. All right, who the heck broke that? I mean, like, here, go back a little bit. Is there a way to like rewind this? But yeah, if you see the layering, Jake Marshall went in front of, and see, even like Meekin goes in front of it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's a bad or for you really, it's more like a kind of bad depth perception, I suppose.
It's just kind of not clear to me because of the way the tape is to me, at least.
I mean, like, if you rewind it to where Marshall like walks in front of the yeah, there, see, he's
Yeah.
layered in front of it. So
Yeah,
that
I can tell
obviously
that.
means he's in front.
Yeah, that means so. Of course, the way how close things look, it looks almost kind of like they're just phasing straight through, or eternally going past. Like right there, Meekins looks to me going behind it from my perspective. So it's kind of anyway. Either way, I just didn't think it was blocking the locker. That's why.
I mean, like, look at it. Like, look at how, like, go look at it again, please. Don't mind us. We're just fighting in the video again. But yeah, if you like pause over there, like, if you can pause over there.
I can't. There's nothing there.
That's where that like the blue badger's head is definitely where the is blocking where the handprint would be.
Either way, just the dimensions did not look that way to me. Okay, let's go.
Oh, goodness. Well? That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot of the locker.
What explosive reaction.
So that means, what exactly does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it is scientifically.
Shut up, Emma.
How did you get over here so quick? Well, afternoon. Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badge's evidence room, right? After put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on a locker.
So that must mean this blood mark
Was from Vordan.
Was left before the blue badger was brought in?
Convenient. Nice going, Meekins.
Just one moment. I would not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor.
But it's not bold.
But it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell.
Does not look trivial.
The problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
What? I mean, yeah, we know that for a fact that something was disguised here. That's ridiculous. I refute you.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, When did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
The defense has claimed that. The defense claims that.
Continue, please.
Yeah, there we go.
Current Officer Bacon's being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman. Another incident took place in that evidence room.
The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well. Then tell us. Why did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Prison shows
That
only
shows
when it took
when-
place. The
Nice.
jaw.
There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense present its evidence that shows when the first crime took place?
That.
What? Okay.
Okay, okay then.
Thanks, Sammy.
Good,
This is the
okay.
proof. It's quite simple, you see.
I want it to be. If it's so simple, then don't get it wrong. Sorry, I want that shot to be relevant.
You wait for it to be relevant. It's not relevant right now. It broke, Emmy, it broke during SL9, not afterwards.
Oh, so it was.
If Paul was an acceptable excuse, we wouldn't need police.
The first crime took place before the Blue Badge was brought to room, right? Say, why's the Blue Badge brought there anyway?
We don't have a time chart among our evidence items that lists that. Proof that shows when the murder took place.
When the murder took place. Okay.
Okay. Emmy, this one's obvious. You
Okay.
do know, right?
What?
You do know what the answer is, right?
I don't know, but I just don't say anything.
I know what the obvious answer is, but I'm not sure
What
why you
shows
went
when
straight to the dark.
what shows when the first crime took place? What shows the first crime took place? We had the
What
blood.
shows when the first crime took place? When?
What shows when the first time took place? That would be the ID card record.
I'm not saying
Probably.
anything.
Yeah.
The time took place inside the evidence room when the perpetrator would have had to have entered the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required.
Yeah, that is obvious. I'm just kind of all sort of flustered right now. Have to replant my thinking buds.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm quite alright.
An ID card? Oh, the ID card record.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at... Let's
see here. 450. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 440. Ah! Ah! Why does that work? Just what have you done?
Good job.
Ah, my neck!
Take care now. That's darn goes.
I never figured you'd had the nerve, boy.
Put off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminal test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 7 sevens.
Very.
Talk about a lucky number.
Oh, wait. That doesn't make sense. How could Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer.
Of course. Makes sense.
That's the only possible explanation. He went in with seven sevens.
Mr. Edgeworth, look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number this 77777777777 guy was.
That's 1/7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card, at least at present.
What? Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 77 belonged to someone with the rank of captain or higher, someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
But that's ridiculous! Just how?
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. I'd see you there with your finger. Put it down, gently. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If it's an official charge filed against an executive,
I can't English.
if an
Planning.
official charge is filed against an executive officer,
An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With all your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
I think Angel Star is the bad influence. Objection. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Besides, he doesn't take pride in his work at all, given his sleazy attitude.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you these questions.
Yes.
No, not you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana?
Objection. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 7 sevens.
Don't blame me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
the SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Okay, I guess I'm bringing her in then. Yeah, shit. Now, sir, do you need a witness to repeat this question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Huh?
Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
This sounds bad.
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you did it!
I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why don't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That is the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. Welp, that's quite the bomb you just dropped on us, Lana. That's not good.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
No. No!
Order! 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 Order!
Lana's remarks caused quite a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day.
That is terrible. To be continued. Gosh dang it, Lana! You never helping us.
At this point, I think she's into it. Or she enjoys it. Wow, poor Edgy.
Enters into his words.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
I didn't know. I never knew that this alliance was just another name for the two dog killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard of these killings but me.
I want a dog convicted so badly. That's why she used me. She used what happened to me.
What do you mean what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dog's last victim was prosecuted Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dog tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dog trial.
I didn't see that one coming.
That's badness.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning dinner together when she finished her work. And suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It sounded like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dog tried to take me hostage. Before he could, the Marshal tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bullet lightly flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then, but a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture? What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Doug knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl?
I don't remember what happened.
Okay, the thing is, hello, there we go.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. Must have been 14. That's understandable.
As it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I wanted to be able to fight crime with my testimonies, and find evidence to make an airtight case. That way, I would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
This is not good.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. Obviously, Lana, well, she made up the crime.
Made up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edwards used it.
Edgy?
Yes, But I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He could have known he was making false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edwards, I mean, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
This feels tragic.
So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgy really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lan was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must have not been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said that you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Interesting.
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joel Dow could be taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled to my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator?
It's the elevator! It was it all along! Okay.
Gosh dang it, Edgy. But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Did I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in High Force.
What? That's news to me.
Of the JoJo case. She was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Interesting.
Lana used to be a detective?
Huh. I mean, maybe an
That
exception
raises
was
more
made.
questions.
It does. It's not a logical next step for a detective to become a chief prosecutor like that. I mean,
I would think that you become a prosecutor first and like prove yourself
yeah.
before becoming immediately demoted or promoted rather.
Furthermore, law enforcement and the becoming a state attorney, like that's separate things altogether. You have to you have to, I believe, go through like specific
Bar exams and the
courses.
like.
Yeah, pretty much. In the Ace Attorney universe, there's this. Wait, no, that's not relevant. Never mind.
What?
Never mind, it's not relevant.
Okay. Uh-huh. I better have another talk with her. Alright, let's go.
Never mind. Press the wrong button. Boom. Gosh darn it. Now I'm curious what you have to say about my badge.
See this? It's my Tony's badge.
Ah, well, never seen a real one before.
We're repeating this.
No,
We're
it's
repeating
not.
it.
No,
Yes,
we're
it
not.
is. We've already done this before.
Okay. Scientifically. Alright.
Sorry, but it's not for sale yet.
Okay. Yes, we're going to the detention center.
I just really say I really like Emma. She is adorable.
I know. I know.
Solana!
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, then this person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details? Especially about the unusual change of jobs.
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside the court. It's taboo, especially when the interests of both parties are involved.
Alright.
Do you really mean it? Yeah, sorry.
Lana,
Okay, guess not. Ba-da-ba.
A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Nice program. Evidence in that case was stolen. I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
that trial really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you would stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Mr. said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why would you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing. Let's not talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gaunt?
Then he was a vice head of criminal affairs, but he still worked a crime scene. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be.
One of the best team ever. There's no crimes before the reports could even be filed.
Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was...
They can experience investigating crime scenes, so you can later use that experience in court.
Gant's help in the S9 case was critical in its resolution. After that, it became chief of police, was about what I said. He became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Doc.
Second in command? That means the chief detective was no doubt Damon Gaunt.
Yes, Detective Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
They even had the same office?
We led a team of the best detectives in the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Rick Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Doc was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when the last murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save her from Doc.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Detective Gant and Prosecutor Marshall were the ones questioning Doc that day. The investigation was in its final stages when Doc must have panicked. He waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Detective Gant and myself.
That's where he found me. Where he found me.
So, you were the first person to run into the scene, Lana?
It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Doc. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall the victim, Emma who had passed out.
And the suspect, Joe Doc. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Dodak had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
I can't blame her. After all her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed Doc under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident?
That's right. Quite a coincidence, hmm?
I don't buy it.
But what do you say?
There is no way that everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
No, I don't think so either.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
Emma, this is anime. We know this. We know that this is related.
No, just that.
At least one person went to the extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Doc.
Why though? Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet.
Huh?
Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, an office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder. Alright, thanks,
Yes.
Lana.
The plot is starting to thicken. Okay, so that's from Criminal Affairs, I guess? Okay.
Oh look, it's the demon spawn's child right over there.
Indeed.
Huh, I don't see the gummy anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
Yeah, you're right. The head of the department seems the same though, I guess.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later.
Okay,
So
wait,
not
so,
here, I
it's-
guess.
so it's not from here. Okay, police department then. Right, makes sense.
Demon spawn!
Hello.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
Bada.
I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Hey, Sarah. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out. Really dried up this morning.
He called his car Billy.
Billy?
Must be
Oh,
his
wait, no.
pet cactus.
Makes sense. Fair enough.
Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance. But we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry. But you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
Mr. Marshall. Why do you do it?
Why do prosecutors head west? Why do
Prospectors.
prospectors head west?
West.
If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was this one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting my steak lunch today.
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba.
Mr. Marshall. Could you please have a look at this?
Sorry, Bambina.
It's so
I'm
cool,
not a
though.
foreman anymore. And I'm certainly not a detective.
What are you then?
I'm not more than a wanted man right now. These old eyes of mine have seen too much as it is.
Okay, how old are you? 33.
You have to remember, in Japan, you're old when you're 30.
That's like every single place in the world by the millennials.
Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me neither. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Doc's alright, but the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound that the victim sustained. What does that mean?
Something else is used.
It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars as the lines that left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when he went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You don't mean King of Prosecutors? Not that again. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have been really close with his brother.
The day the Solaris took place. And wasn't it the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer.
Another case?
Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Star was
Interesting.
fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in that tiny room. What about Detective Goodman?
Hmm.
If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They?
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean, Damon Gantz and Lana Sky. Chief Detective Damon Gantz and his second in command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective.
Detective.
Going too fast. Let's see. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is well too guarded. I never found out. Lana Sky's secret.
Well,
It all started 2 years ago.
yeah.
So, there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out today. That boy, Edgeworth, ain't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone was Damon Gant.
I thought you were gonna point your finger at Lana, but fair.
Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today.
What did it spit out? The cork?
Too bad I won't be around to work with you.
What did you spit out the cork after you started drinking? Okay, whatever.
When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina.
And then he rides into sunset. We never knew that man's name.
I miss him already.
Okay, so
Parking lots.
yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Are you gonna speak with Scott? With Star over here?
Probably if she's still here. Don't know why she would be.
No one's here today. Not even Miss Star.
I was probably busy looking into exactly what went down in the evidence room.
That must be what our detectives are. Okay.
But we proved in court today that no one was murdered in the evidence. On the day of the crime.
Yeah, I saw her finally make some headway in our case.
But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow.
Okay, let's see.
Hi, prosecutor's office.
Okay.
Okay,
Make
let's check out
kisses.
Edgeworth. Hey, Edgy, you have any ideas?
Edward isn't here.
Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee again. He took a real beating in court today.
Yeah, a lot admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago.
I guess we'll just have to come back later.
Okay, so not
Okay,
here.
hi prosecutor. Like, see. I guess is there the where's the Damon's office?
Has to be the police department. Let's wait. Blah. Okay, let's see.
Let's see, criminal affairs.
Okay, I guess we'll go back there then. Detention center.
No, that one's through the police department, I think.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Criminal affairs didn't show up initially, I think.
Oh, there we go. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
No, it's not.
That must mean I was missing solving crimes.
Oh! If you're here looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Thank you, Random
Ah!
Chief.
Thanks! Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did, and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media in tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together.
Double
I think
Christmas.
I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir, why don't you have a look around Chief Scab's office?
Just head across the hall to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You think it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we're a police officer or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits.
Aw.
Now I see where Detective Gummy gets his unique charm.
Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the Chief's office.
Emma?
Run, Mr. Wright.
What the heck?
Morgan?
Yes, it is. This is like a freaking chapel, my goodness.
It's gaudy as heck.
It's not gaudy, it's just very gothic. Looks like a church.
He is Zeus.
Zeus is Greek. This doesn't look Greek at all.
Whoa! Where am I?
In the Chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Ba, 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 da, da, ba.
Hi, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. What the They used to call me Little Miss Ba.
What kind of kindergarten did you go through? That just skipped the zone.
y-
Bah. The ghost played it. Oh wait, never mind.
she
She
did.
did.
I never could remember what scene was.
Good job.
Hmm?
Ba, ba,
Aye.
ba.
Oh, it's you two. Chief Gaunt! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. Aye, so, Mr. Wright. Have you been swimming lately?
Why are you asking people that question?
Oh, no, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately.
I think he has an obsession with swimming.
I think he just loves swimming. Yes, you're right.
Quite a bit. It's like
I mean, to be fair, like, swimming is a great way to exercise.
sure, but it's like he comes into the court and it's like, "Hi, Judge Angie, have you been swimming lately?" And then comes
Swim
in,
much?
and then comes in someone who's not dead but a plaintiff, and it's like, "Oh hey, Miss Plaintiff, been swimming lately?" It's like, do I know you? Oh yes, I've seen you every day, but I feel like you could very much benefit from swimming. And he goes shopping, meets the clerk. Oh hey, swim much?
My goodness.
And then he's arrested for some sort of thing that he happens to see and becomes a witness. And there's like the head investigator. Oh hey, swim much? And his
That's funny.
and his family is just kind of like saying, "No, you need to take your medicine, Damon." What do you mean? It is. It's swimming is good for the soul and good for the heart. And constantly is trying to put him. I don't even know. I took that gag a little bit far.
It's just funny. That's just it's just funny. Hey puppy, swim much? Hey Cannon, swim much? Let's see. Ah, I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statements? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years ago have passed since that incident. Ma, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? Ah, that's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So, this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Is that a gold suit of armor?
Wait. No, probably not.
Hey, it is. Look at it.
Wait, the thing is, oh wait, in the corner there, yeah, it is.
Yes.
I mean, probably not gold, but it's a suit of armor anyway. I'm like, what the heck? What are the funds for that, and why?
Because gaudy.
I don't say it as gaudy. It's just kind of like this is not an office. This is a chapel.
Superfluous.
Maybe that's a better word for it. Anyway, let's go.
Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, at his office. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Aye, that case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around.
Hmm.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there is no need to investigate it. Okay. Now hurry and get out. I have a meeting to attend.
Looks like we're at Welcome.
It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gaunt
For a
denied
reason.
our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us to look around in there.
Even like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office.
It's a tally. Breaking and entering. Indeed. Ah, well.
Okay, let's see,
But
now where
this-
to go?
Yeah, but that's a good place to stop. We should meet again. And then again, perhaps. Until then, humans, fairies, and yokai.
Thank you for watching, and we'll catch y'all later.